And you're just gonna have to hold that. The hell is Linny's quest?
Good show! Jolly good show!
I do wish the mouse wheel was better about this. Probably skip the dot. Hold on. No. You want me? It's like, yeah, you can beat it in an hour. Just skip the dialogue. That's the point of the fucking story. That's like being like, man, Genshin has no lore. The Genshin story sucks. Oh, what didn't you like about it? I don't know. I skipped everything. What? Are you fucking stupid? Then what do you do? Then what do you do? Then what the? It's literally a character story quest. Isn't that what they're called? It says story quest. Why the fuck would you not pay attention to the story of the story quest? What the hell is this? Oh, well, that's nice. They added that little button there. Unless it's always been there and I just have not been paying attention. All right. I pay attention to the story, but I don't read. It's voiced over. You don't have to read. It's always been there, then I guess I'm blind. Maybe some even skipped through Cyno's story quest. No way, really? Hey, who skipped through Cyno's story quest? Now that there's a bit of a delay, ban that son of a bitch who said it. Ban the fucker that's like, I did. No, not me. I saw you were streaming, so I stopped watching the VOD to join. Hey, well, thank you. I thought this was a Linny story quest, not a Charlotte story quest.
Always running into her. What's she doing this time? Ooh, looks like street interviews. Paimon has a funny feeling that we might be in for an interesting time if we go.
Can't skip it if I haven't done it. I mean, I can't blame you on that. I mean, check it. I've not done fucking either of these.
I see. So you believe that this warning letter was sent by the Phantom Weasel?
Absolutely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Phantom Weasel never acts as you expect. He must have faked his own death 10 years ago using a body double.
The Phantom Weasel,
now that he's
Jack.
back, I'm sure the guards who worked on his case back in
The
the day
Phantom Weasel.
However this turns out in the end, the one thing it won't be is boring.
Couldn't agree more. As a journalist, I'm gonna get a lot of mileage out of this one.
Yoimiya quest when?
Now, whom should I interview next?
You want me to do the Yoimiya quest on stream?
What a coincidence! Fancy meeting you here.
If you want me to do the Yoimiya quest on stream, I need 100 subs. There's no fucking shot.
Perfect timing. So, the Phantom Weasel's latest warning letter. What are your thoughts?
The fuck is the Phantom Weasel? The only weasel I know is Weaselton. Weasel Weaselton from the Zootopia. What's wrong with Yoimiya? Nothing wrong with Yoimiya. But that's backtracking. I don't want to do that. I can just do that on my own time and play for myself.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Yes, this case is from a decade ago. I guess you wouldn't know about it. Well, not to worry. You're in good hands.
Tell you what, chat.
I'm a professional.
I'm a professional. Sorry, every time. Tell you what, chat. If we get 100 subs, in addition to what we already have, I will do not just the Yoimiya quest on stream. I'll do the Baiju quest on stream. Boom.
10 or so years ago, a phantom thief became active in the court of
Phantom Thieves?
Known only as...
Yo, did you know that we're the Phantom Thieves?
Nobody knew his true identity, and the authorities
Nailed it.
never managed to catch him.
Wow, cool.
Hey, Wings of Ash, thank you so much for the 16 months. Oh, we
mysterious
negotiating
night
now.
burglars that you
It's
read
always a
about in
negotiation
novels.
here.
Precisely. Well, except the part where they actually have a good reputation. Our weasel targeted whatever
I know you
people
would have,
held
Simba.
dear.
You're the only
No
one.
one was safe from his
Wings of
predictions.
Ash with the 5
He
gifted.
would just as soon steal a necklace from a rich merchant's safe as he would a toy doll given to a commoner child for their birthday.
Sounds like an absolute weirdo. Are we stealing hearts now? Bro, if I see Joker in Genshin Impact... Oh my god. Can we get Joker and Fontaine, please?
I know. The phantom thieves you read about in novels rob the rich to pay the poor. But this guy did not discriminate.
We need 94 subs,
Unsurprisingly,
by the
this
way.
didn't work wonders for his public reputation. Every man and his dog wanted to see him behind bars.
Yeesh. So,
Hey, thank you for the sub, Onyx.
Not exactly. There's a good chance that the weasel would still be at large to
At
this
the
day
weasel?
if it hadn't been for an accident 10 years ago. A
Professional!
magician named Caesar fell to his death in a botched high-altitude escape performance. When the police went through his personal effects, they found a hoard of stolen loot and gadgets used for criminal activities. And that was how the Phantom Weasel's identity was revealed to all.
As?
Sure enough, thefts in Fontaine went down after Caesar's death. But today, 10 years on, the notorious thief has once again issued one of his warning letters and pasted it on the gate of the Opera Epiclese for all to see.
Damn, it really is a calling
I tried
card.
This morning to get a photo as soon as I heard. Here, it's this one.
What the fuck? We're going to steal the Opera Epiclese's heart.
so this is the warning letter, huh?
Hey, thank you, Yechi, for 100
3
biddies.
days from now,
The weasel
when
from-
evening falls,
That's
I shall
declassified.
take from you that which you hold most dear at the Opera House, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
10 years
This
ago.
is, without a doubt,
Mecca, thank you for the
a
18
clear
months.
declaration of criminal intent. After years of laying low, the Phantom Weasel is back with a vengeance.
With a
What
vengeance!
seemed like an open and shut case has been blown wide open again. But why has he reemerged now? And what does he want? I sense an epic scoop, and I'm going for it.
Do it!
Uh-oh.
How is this Linny's story?
Thief will steal
Unless
anything that other
Lenny
people value.
is the weasel.
Does that mean even we might be targeted?
He might try to nab you, little Paimon.
Aww. But Paimon doesn't want to get kidnapped. Well,
You
he'd
don't have a
to go through you
choice.
First. You would stop him, right?
Okay, the people have spoken. It's clear that the public are very concerned about the Phantom Weasel's reappearance.
I suppose so.
Let's see, I've got a photo of the letter, my interview notes. Yep, that should be enough to form the skeleton of my article. It does feel like something is missing, though. Something exclusive. Who should
Or
I interview
elusive.
next? I need someone with a more concrete connection to the weasel. Is that who I think it is?
Maybe. Maybe.
Linny!
Looks like he's performing some magic.
Magic. Magician. Caesar! The Phantom Weasel! That's it! Let's go interview Linny! You see, the original Phantom Thief Caesar was a magician too!
Oh!
What do Phantom Thieves and magicians have in common? They both have an air of mystery about them. Perhaps there's a connection there.
Man, this man just went to court,
What deduction is that?
and now he's gonna go to court again? That's crazy.
Relax. My journalistic instinct tells me that an exclusive news story is beckoning. Let's go.
Do
No
not
time for
trust
delay.
magicians. Magician's code. Man is just trying to do his magic. And before he actually is the thief, he's like, of course I'm the thief. I told you, frame one, I've been trying to steal the oracles. The oracles. The ovaries. Huh? Anyway. Yo, what up, Linny? Who the fuck is David?
Wow, Mr. Magician! How did you know which card I picked?
Oh, it's simple. Come closer and I'll let you in on my secret. Magicians have a special skill called telepathy.
That's not a
which
secret.
means we can read other people's minds.
My guy said, oh, of course, we have a secret. You see, the secret is, hold on. You see, the secret is, we have this thing called telepathy.
Really? Then I thinking now?
Use a bitch!
Well, first you need to relax, because I can see that you're clenching your fist in your mind, as if to say, no, I mustn't let him guess it.
How did you know?
Aw.
And now you're getting a little flustered. You're trying to find a way
Bro's
to
using
empty your
psychology on
mind,
this dude.
to think of nothing at all. But the more you try to hide a secret, the easier it'll come out. You snuck out from home today, didn't you?
Damn!
You told your family a little lie. So
What's
you
his
could come
social
out
security
and
number,
play.
Linny? Hit me with it!
Now, that's not a good habit.
You can tell? Oh boy. You really can read my mind.
No, I just saw that you're from the
Of
slums,
course.
kid.
Oh, and that's the end of my performance. You should really be heading home. Remember to apologize to your family, all right? They must be worried about you.
Oh, they'll be worried,
All
alright.
right. Got it. Bye, Mr. Magician.
Bye, you fucking loser. Thanks for the money. I thought he'd never leave. Hello?
Hey, Linny?
What am I thinking about
Why,
right now?
hello, we meet again. Are you looking for me? What's the situation?
You're under arrest.
Oh, why don't
Again.
you guess, Mr. Telepathic?
That's what I said.
Oh, please. You didn't believe that spiel, did you? The power of telepathy is quite beyond me.
Well, I don't believe it now.
Beg to differ. Seemed like you were right on the money.
That was nothing more than a little trickery. I made an educated guess based on his micro-expressions.
An educated guess, huh?
That, plus the fact that he was the only kid here without his parents, and he looked as guilty as sin. He made it easy for me. You guys, on the other hand, let me guess. Don't tell me you're here for the Phantom Weasel, are you?
Wow. Got it in one.
How did you know? I saw the newspaper clipping on her side. Anyway, also, shout out to me just directly hitting up the contact that I needed to, instead of waiting for their actual fucking support to get anything done. Apparently, the name change for from Weeby to CyYu is going to happen apparently today, and by the end of the week everywhere else. Instead of just waiting around waiting for support, just hit them up fucking directly with the contact I was given, even though it's been a month waiting for the name change.
Wait, really? No trickery this time. It was pure luck.
Interesting.
His warning letter's been the talk of the town, so I
The
figured that
cat's
maybe you were
meow,
asking
if you
around
will.
about that.
Bingo! I plan on writing a column reporting on the latest news about the Phantom Weasel.
Okay.
So, Linny, what are your thoughts on this infamous thief's reappearance?
I think he's a piece of shit.
To be honest,
Hey, I was close.
it makes me angry.
Huh?
Angry? Why?
He's giving us magicians a bad name.
You read his letter, right? The Phantom Weasel claims he's planning something in 3 nights' time at the Opera House. That's the night I'll be performing there.
Coincidence?
Huh. What are the chances? Wait a minute. You don't think he's after you, do you?
Oh, he's after something, all right.
Well, if he is, then his warning is clearly a direct challenge to me personally. And if he's not, then it's still going to be a huge headache for me.
Opinions on
The mere
Fontaine, I love
mention
it.
of the Weasel's name is enough to scare people off. So once the contents of that letter get out, barely anyone will be showing up to watch my show.
And that's
But I've been
exactly what he
preparing for
wants,
this for a
so
long
then he can
time.
get
I'm not
back
about
in
to
there
let you ruin
and
my
steal
big
the
day.
Oratrice.
This leaves me with only one choice. I have to expose the Phantom Weasel's identity before the show begins.
About fucking
Really?
time.
So what you're saying is, we might get to see a live duel between a famous magician and an infamous thief?
Now I wouldn't go all
Explosive
crazy.
written all over it.
To be honest, I'm not sure if I'll emerge the victor. The Phantom Weasel is a notorious crook, infamous for his inscrutable methods.
You're being far too modest, Linny. I think your magic tricks are even more inscrutable than those of a thief.
But what
Thanks
if
for
he
the
was the
compliment,
thief?
though I
A
have to
thief in the
say,
night,
I
a
don't
dog
care
on the
for
run.
comparison. A lot of people liken magicians to thieves because we both have the ability to make things disappear without the person noticing. But there's an important difference that these people overlook. Allow me to demonstrate with a quick magic trick.
All right, hit me with it.
Here, I have a flower. Just an ordinary flower that was picked not long ago. Watch
See,
it
maybe I
carefully
understand
now.
why people skip the dialogue.
3, 2, 1.
Huh? I blinked!
It's gone!
Where did it go? It's almost like Kaveh was here.
That's the question. Where did it go? Therein lies the difference between us. Thieves make precious things disappear, but only magicians make them reappear.
Just like Kaveh!
If I could now invite you all to check your clothes, there might be a surprise in there somewhere.
I really thought he was gonna take off our clothes.
A surprise? Let me see!
I got a flower.
It's right there! But how? You haven't moved this whole time!
Magic!
What an outstanding trick! Sorry, Linny, it seems that my previous praise was woefully inadequate. Clearly, magic is the superior art form to theft.
But what if you
Don't
combine
worry,
the
I
two?
didn't take offense. I just wanted to take the opportunity to perhaps change some of the preconceived notions you might have about magicians. Since Caesar's death, a lot of people associate magicians with criminality. It can be quite frustrating.
Well, you are a filthy
I can
fatui.
imagine.
More like a patooey, am I right?
Might I presume that you are well versed in floral symbolism? For example, magicians often use rainbow roses in their flower-related performances to represent passion and romantic encounters.
Mm-hmm.
But you used a Lumidu spell, which, if I'm not mistaken, allude to separations. I'm curious to know if there was any deeper meaning behind this.
Damn,
choice.
you just broke up with your
Impressive
boyfriend.
knowledge. It's no wonder you're such a successful journalist. But I'm afraid I don't know the first thing about floral
Yes, I know
symbolism.
about the
I'm
fountain.
just in
We've
the
already
habit
seen
of
it.
using Lumidu spells in my magic.
We saw it during
Sounds
Act
like
2.
something I should look into, though. I'll buy myself a
If
copy
Fatui,
of
why hot?
Fontaine's
Are you
Floral
fucking kidding
Language
me? Have
Facts
you
when I
seen the
have some time.
Harbingers?
But it'll have to
Most
wait
of them
until
are
this
hot.
Phantom Weasel business is behind us.
Well noted. In that case, this brings us to the end of our interview. I, for one, am looking forward to the final showdown between you and the thief. Please feel free to get in touch to update me on any further developments. Otherwise, I will of course see you at your show in 3 days' time. But let's hope the Phantom
You won't
Weasel
see
is
me.
caught by then. If there's nothing else, I'll be off. You've given me lots to
Yeah,
work
get
with,
outta
and
here,
I've got
Charlotte.
no time to
I got a
lose if
date
wanna
with
run
Linny.
that
Go get your exclusive.
So, Linny, are you gonna tell us how you did that flower trick now?
Magic.
I'm afraid that's my little secret.
Aww. Well, magicians are entitled to their secrets. But Paimon's really itching to know how it's done.
Sleight of hand, baby.
Right? So itchy.
The Phantom Weasel. You sure you'll be able to handle him?
Not so itchy then, huh?
Nope.
Well, since you're so concerned, how would you like to serve as my temporary magician's assistants and help me investigate?
What about
Magician's
Lynette?
assistants?
Does
That
Lynette not
sounds
exist?
fun. Assistants are technically
Did
magicians
Lynette
too.
cease to exist?
Also, it'll bring us one step closer to figuring out how that darn trick is done. Shall we go for it?
Paimon, you're supposed to whisper, not yell in my fucking ear with a megaphone.
The first thing we need to look into is who
She got
Caesar
fired?
really was.
You're
If he
fired!
truly was the Phantom Weasel, that means that the Weasel is dead, and whoever wrote this warning letter is just a copycat criminal.
Well, yeah.
But if he wasn't the Weasel? Well, that'll make things more interesting. It would mean that the Weasel lives, and he's been laying low all this time in some corner of Fontaine.
I wish one of these days when they say it's a weasel, it'll actually be a weasel. Like, not like a person, but like a weasel that can talk. It'd be great.
And if we're investigating Caesar, his fiancée Gemma is a good place to start. Word is that she visits the cemetery often, so I asked Lynette to wait for her there. We should make a move. Let's go and rendezvous with Lynette.
Oh, there. Okay, Lynette. There you go. Yes, I know, but I want it to be here, chat, in the game. Let me pull up my map. Perfect. Oh, no, not perfect. We'll go there. I'm coming! Never mind, she's hired again. Sure is. Oh, Celestia. Where are you? Oh. Oh, that's just a tower. Probably behind the mountain. Oh. Yeah, we're at the cemetery. Let's go. This is where Diva's dad's dead. This is where Nuvolite cried.
Sorry, I bumped into the Traveler and Charlotte en route, and we ended up chatting for a while.
It's been a while, Annette.
Has it? It's been like a week.
As Linny's temporary assistant in the investigation of the Phantom Weasel.
Thank you. It's good to have you helping.
So, what's the situation? Have you seen Gemma?
Nope. I've been here a while. and
Have you
she
seen
still hasn't
Fremine, your
shown
brother?
How bizarre. Maybe it was bad intel. Well, we won't get anywhere by standing around waiting. Traveler, Paimon, let's go ask around.
Navia. What did I say? Diva? Pfft. I mean, she is a diva. Hello there, Balthazar. How thy be, my good sir?
Excuse me, good sir. Do you by any chance know a
You stole my line, chat.
Gemma? You mean Caesar's fiance? Sure I do. What's this about?
Oh my god, it
I'm
was
just trying to
Gemma.
get a hold of her because I need her help with
Gemma's
something.
the
I
weasel.
heard she comes here a lot.
Yeah, she does. Poor thing. It's no secret why either. She's heartsick.
Yeah, that's it.
Ever since Caesar passed away, she's been coming here once every week.
It's not
to
like
clean
his stash
grave.
is in the
Often
cemetery.
She just sits there in front of his headstone.
Yep,
lost
because
in thought.
she's hiding
Sometimes
shit
she talks
in
to
the
herself.
fucking dirt.
I asked her what she was doing once. She said she wanted to speak to him again.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
knows he's gone and can't hear her from the grave, but she just likes to spend time there, telling her fiancé all about how her life is going.
And she's been doing this ever since Caesar passed away?
That's where her stash is,
For
chat.
10 years.
Relax.
Wow. Their love must have been really strong.
There's no strength, it's
I'll
all
bet.
money.
Caesar's reputation fell apart after his identity was revealed, so no one else visits his grave. Gemma's the only one who still thinks about him after all these years.
She doesn't think about
I
him,
don't
she
know
just
if
wants
the
him for
mind
his
lives
money.
on in the waters after death, but if it does, I'm sure Caesar must be grateful to have someone who remembers him fondly. If I'm honest, I think this is all so unfair to poor Gemma. Her fiancé was a low-life crook. He doesn't deserve someone like her. Anyway, all of that said, she's running later than usual today. Normally, she'd be sitting in front of his grave by now. I wonder if she's okay.
It's either that
Well, that's everything
or
I know, I'm afraid. You might have more luck.
look, it's
asking
either
some
Gemma
other
or it's
people.
this guy. Why is it this guy? Because of that one quote where he just said it's like he doesn't deserve her. And it's like,
Alright, well,
oh, you
thanks for
like her
sharing
and
all
you
of this
want to
with
be a
us.
Phantom
We'll
Thieves
keep
to
asking
impress
around.
Gemma?
You're welcome.
You think you can fill in the shoes of
I just
Caesar?
hope she'll be able to move on one day.
Hello there, Gracia, Juliano. I know I'm so aggressive today. I'm sorry.
Did
I
you
haven't
hear
even
the
had
news?
coffee.
They're saying the Phantom.
You're kidding. Wait, isn't he dead?
I don't know anymore. All sorts of news flying around nowadays. I can never tell what's true and what isn't.
Yeah, just like Twitter.
But what if, just hypothetically,
Oh my God.
what if this weasel's the real deal and Caesar was framed?
Bro, did they write me in the game?
Called it. Seriously, 10 years ago,
Shut up, Howard.
the day it all went down, I said to myself, you know what? This guy's been set up. The Caesar I knew was a good guy. He gave balloons to children on the street, for Pete's sake. What, are we supposed to believe that he was a balloon thief or something?
Oh, please.
Shut up, Howard.
Weren't you the one cursing his name to high heaven when the police announced the news? You were all, that gosh darn lousy son of a, you think you know a guy, or words to that
Code
effect.
Crin Chan, thank you for the sub.
Wait, did I say that? I don't seem to recall.
I'm pretty sure they wrote me because I'm the forgetful one.
Hello there. Sorry for disturbing you, but I couldn't help but notice you were discussing the Phantom Weasel. We're actually quite interested in this topic as well, but we're struggling to get to the bottom of it. Do you think you could spare a moment to tell us a
Balloon
little
Thief
bit
made
about
me
Caesar?
think of SpongeBob. And now I'm going to
You've
starve.
come to the right people. Yep, I was there. Back when Caesar used to perform magic tricks on the street. He was a great magician. The best trick I ever saw him do was pop a transparent balloon, only for a whole bunch of doves to fly out from the inside.
What the fuck?
I was right up close and didn't blink or look away once. But for the life of me, I still don't have the faintest clue how he pulled it off. Really
Magic,
stuff.
dumbass.
I saw him.
Oh, I'm glad
perform,
for
too.
first
He
time
always used
coming.
to bring some
Thanks,
gifts along
Crunchin.
for the kids who came to watch his show.
Think of the 7
and he'd
biddies.
hand them out after he was done. Sometimes he even got the kids to write their wishes down, and then he'd make the items on the wish list appear in his next show.
Oh, how wholesome.
Huh. He doesn't sound like such a bad guy.
But after he died, there were also rumors that he used the wish list to find out what was precious to people, with the intent to steal it later.
Ah, Robin
As
Hood.
I'm sure you know, the Phantom Weasel would steal just about anything from anyone.
Whatever the case, now that the weasel is back, Caesar's become a hot topic once more.
Hot topic.
I bet Gemma must be pleased. If Caesar's name gets cleared, maybe it'll finally give her some solace after all this time.
Nah, Gemma's the
Speak
the
of the
thief.
devil, that's her over there. If you've got any more questions about Caesar, she's definitely the one to
Oh,
ask.
I've got questions, all right.
So that's Gemma.
Get the fuck over here!
Wait. It looks like she's injured. Come on, let's see if she's okay.
Yeah, she injured herself setting up that little, you know, that little, calling card. Oh, my sweet dear Caesar.
Hi there.
Look, guys, she's hiding all the stuff in the bushes. You can see if you enhance really, really closely, you can see it all.
Who's asking?
Oh, you know,
Don't be afraid. We mean no harm.
just your friendly neighborhood kids.
It looks like you're injured. How bad is it?
It's none of your concern,
Thanks for
brat.
your concern, but you didn't answer my question.
Think of the 10 months.
Who are you, and what do you want with me?
My name is Linny, and this is my sister Lynette.
I know who you two fucking filthy fatui are.
The weasel
my
posted a
bad.
warning letter this morning. If he still lives, that means that Caesar was falsely accused. You knew Caesar better than anyone else. So if you're willing, we'd love to hear what you think about all this. I promise you can trust us. We won't
Oh,
hurt you.
yes.
In
Source,
fact, we'll
trust
do all
me.
we can to keep you safe.
I never believed that he was the weasel.
Okay.
I suspected as much.
Your evidence?
Okay, so going back 10 years, do you remember anything strange in the
Sorry,
weeks
you're
leading
being
up to the
fatui
accident?
phobic. You're right, you're
Did
right. My
Caesar
mistake.
Have a
My
falling
bad.
out with anyone, for
My bad.
instance?
I love the fatui. I love Arlecchino. And that's it.
No, not that I know of.
Got it.
Lynette didn't believe that shit.
All right. Sorry for disturbing you.
If you don't have any more questions, please leave. I want to be alone with him.
We get it. You're hiding the stash in the ground. His name's not even on there. He probably shares that spot with someone else.
Judging by the look on her face, there's definitely something fishy about her.
Yeah, because she
She's
was out for a
lying.
swim.
She definitely knows something.
Perhaps she simply doesn't trust us.
That's fair. We're just a bunch of strangers who showed up and started questioning her about
Facts.
things that happened a whole decade ago. It makes sense that she'd be wary around us. In any case, I doubt we'll get any further here, so let's call it a day. Meet me outside Hotel de Boer tomorrow, and then we'll start the next step of our plan.
Bet. Wow, what a good quest. We did it. We finished the quest. We finished the quest. I'm gonna get this hydroculus. And then I'm gonna head to the quest. Gonna head to the quest.
The wind rises.
Lenny's quest done. Let's go. Speed run. Could you imagine? Oh god! I almost ate shit.
Behold.
Why traverse all that?
Search for it.
Yeah, drive by. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. My sassy boy. All right. You did the same thing, A. Hey, what's up, Danger? What's up, Danger? Oh, well, well. If it isn't Linny, here to perform some more magical tricks.
Over here.
No shit. I already saw you. Why am I so aggressive?
Lynette's not joining us today?
I've had her follow Gemma and see if we can make any inroads with her. They should be at a cafe right now.
Nice. We're
Still,
stalking.
I don't think that Gemma's likely to open up to us. So, we need a contingency plan.
Where should we start?
Today, we'll be looking into a guy named Lorenzo.
Lorenzo!
Caesar's former pupil and assistant. When Caesar passed away, all the stolen goods discovered in his home were confiscated and returned to their rightful owners. But Lorenzo was the only one privy to all his magic secrets, and he inherited his craft. Before long, Lorenzo was the next big magician in town, his fame surpassing even that of his master, and it made him very wealthy. He's since left the magic scene, though, and these days, he's a wealthy businessman with his fingers in a lot of different pies.
Yo, am I Lorenzo?
I had to pull a lot of strings, but I managed to get him to agree to a couple of drinks with me.
I'm kidding.
Be
I'm not
warned,
wealthy.
though, I hear he's got a hair-triggered temper. We'd best be careful.
Great. I'll call him bald. That'll get him going. Oh, you-hoo. Lorenzo. Knock, knock. It's me. Hey, yo, Lorenzo, where you at? I took 2 steps.
You neglected to mention that you were bringing 2 other people with you.
My apologies.
Bro.
These 2 are my assistants.
Is that
When they heard I was
Navia's
meeting with the
homeboy?
former magic maestro himself, they begged and pleaded with me to bring them along.
Of course I knew that Blade and Linny had the same VA. I literally was texting him yesterday. I've known Damon for years. Of course I knew. Hey, welcome back, Neo.
Oh, forget the pleasantries, just sit.
Get a load of this guy. Forget the pleasantries, he says, but he looks pretty happy about Linny stroking his ego.
I only agreed to meet
Brag,
since we're
that's his
both
friend.
magicians. Do me a favor and cut to the chase. I have more important
If
things
I
to
wanted
do
to
than drink.
brag about anything, I'd be like, bro, I met Matthew Mercer 3 times, and he remembered me every single time. It was pretty cool. That's me bragging about meeting someone. Shut up. Humble brag. I'll show you a humble brag.
Much obliged, sir. As it happens, the matter I want to address is also related to magic. Yesterday morning, a warning letter from the Phantom Weasel appeared on the entrance to the Opera House. He claims to be planning something for the same evening that I'm scheduled to do a magic show there. As such, I believe that I may well be his target. I have to get to the bottom of this to ensure that my show can go ahead as planned. Naturally, any investigation into the Weasel starts with a few questions about Caesar.
It's another hack guy, true.
What is there to
Is your
investigate?
cursor okay?
Caesar was the weasel.
Why, what's
and
wrong?
He's been dead for 10 years. So what if some sick creep thought it'd be funny to write a warning letter?
What's wrong?
It changes nothing. Are you trying to tell me you actually bought it?
Please, sir,
What?
no need to get so worked up. I do concede that a copycat is but one possibility.
What's wrong?
Possibility? It's a fact, Linny. Look, my patience is limited, so listen carefully while I'm still willing to put up with you. The weasel is dead. Period.
Wow.
Everyone
Damn.
knows that,
Hit
so
him with a
do
period?
yourself a favor and quit this investigation. It'll lead you nowhere. Look, if this affects your magic show in any way, I will personally compensate you for any losses.
Oh, well, how nice of you.
Sir, I'm honored, really. But this isn't about finances for me. My pride as a magician is what's at stake here, Lorenzo. Copycat or not, this person has thrown me the gauntlet, and I must meet their challenge head on.
Oh, yes.
Your pride? Don't mince words with me, boy. Just tell me, what exactly are you seeking to do?
I want to find out the Phantom Weasel's true identity. I have to know for myself what really happened 10 years ago.
Okay.
What would that accomplish?
It's becoming
And what do the events of 10
personalizing.
years ago have to do with you anyway?
True.
Look, you of all people should know that a magician never reveals their secrets. And in any case, dead men don't talk. So if you really care about your magician's pride, then you'll forget about Caesar and move on.
I believe the term is Dead men tell no tales. Yeah, move on, Linny.
Oh, this is getting awkward.
Sounds like a load of barnacles.
Lorenzo? Is that? Oh, it is you!
Is that Caesar? No, that's not Caesar.
I know that big, booming voice anywhere.
That's the guy that we were trying to
What's
meet.
up, my man? Want to grab a drink with me?
Oh, he's an
Another
alcoholic.
day, I'm busy.
Oh, come on. You can't be all business all the time.
Does he sound like Charlie Day?
You know what they say? Live fast, die.
Yo, is that fucking Luigi?
You gotta learn how to kick back and relax once in a while.
If I wanted your life advice, I'd ask for it. Now get out of my face and go be drunk somewhere else.
Sorry, my good sir. I don't believe I've had the pleasure.
Oh, hey. Edmondo. He and I are business pals. We worked together a bunch of times.
Business
This is
pals.
your first time meeting him? Oh, he's always like this. Foul-mouthed and hard-nosed. Never heard a kind word out of this
Oh my
guy the whole
God.
time I've known him.
I've known him.
And he wonders why he can't get a girlfriend, despite being, what, pushing 40, 30, something?
God damn, he said he's
20,
old.
a lot older than when he first got rejected by the girl he was into. And he's still into, from what I hear.
Shut up and get out of my face. Another word out of you and you can forget about doing business with me ever again. Do I make myself clear?
Sorry, I may have had a little too much to drink. All right, I'm gonna leave. Don't work too hard.
I really thought Edmondo was gonna be like, bro, you need me.
I think it's high time I made a move as well. If you really want to investigate this, Linny, be my guest. But
Scared
if
him
nothing
sober.
good comes of it, don't say I didn't warn you.
True.
Well, that fell to pieces in a rather spectacular fashion.
There's something strange
thoughts?
about him.
Totally.
Teebs, thank you for the 7 months.
Compensating you for your losses. Why would someone you just met make an offer like that? He's gotta be hiding something. And not like Gemma. She was a little
Are we going back to
suspicious,
court?
But this guy's definitely covering
All right, who we
something up.
suing? Who we suing today?
think
Do
so
we get to
too.
see Nouvellette?
That guy Edmondo seems to know a thing or two about him. He only just left. Let's see if we can catch up with him.
The clues are all pointing to multiple people. I'm suing everybody in Fontaine.
Quit following me.
Quit following you, bro. You're leading the helm. Well. Did you throw up, you nasty bitch?
You okay there?
No.
Who are you?
Good question.
Oh, it's you guys. Don't worry about me. I must have had one too many. I just need to ride it out. I say way too much back there, didn't I? Yeah, I nearly talked myself into complete financial ruin. Note to self, no more drunken chats when Lorenzo's around.
So he was serious about threatening to cut you off? Paimon knew he was a bad egg.
Hey, keep your voice down. Don't go prying into Lorenzo's personal affairs. Bad things happen to people who ask too many questions or make an enemy out of them.
What does that mean?
What kind of bad things?
Don't even ask. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to cut this conversation short. I'm not crossing that line again.
True.
And
Again.
take it from me.
Sweetheart,
trouble
thank you for
with
the 2 months.
Lorenzo is one thing you don't need in your life. You saw him flare up back there. I don't know what you said to him, but clearly it touched a nerve.
I don't know what you
Not
said.
a good sign. You're too young for this. Don't get in over your head. I'm leaving.
Whoever voiced him. Fantastic.
And there he goes. What do we do now, Linny?
Shh. I think we're being watched. Someone was listening in to our whole conversation.
Hey! What are you guys talking about? Hey! What about Lorenzo? Hey!
Don't say anything and don't look back. Any altercation in the city will attract the guards. We'd better take this elsewhere.
Is that Silver? That motherfucker wishes he was Silver. Man.
The wind rises.
Talk about not attracting the guards, am I right?
You followed us a long way. Why don't you come out and introduce yourselves?
Oh my god.
So you're Linny. And where's your sister? Ain't she with you today?
I'm sorry. Are we doing this now? So you're Linny? Is this what we're doing? The smooth face Pacino?
Save us the trouble and go fetch her for us. Let's not drag this out.
Hey.
Like the tone of your voice, mister.
Chat, this is exactly what I wanted. Remember when Fontaine was dropping and I was like, man, I really hope we get a little bit of mafioso, a little bit of like this and that. It's exactly what I wanted, baby!
Save your questions, missy. You ain't gonna need answers where you're going. Capiche?
Capiche.
Looks like we can't avoid this fight. Now, I'm not the strongest fighter, so I hope you're ready to back me up.
Oh, you're not? Bro, what? You're a 5-star.
Got this.
Hold on. I'm sending a text. He said he's not the best fighter. He can hold a punch. Hold on, I was texting. You guys done? Okay. My turn.
Stabilize.
Now disappear.
Hold this. Damn, the double cat? That means this motherfucker's like C2. Bro, you guys suck. All right, now watch this magic.
Curses. They're tougher than we thought.
Vision wielders are always trouble.
Yeah, fucking
Intimidation
vision
gonna work
wielders.
like it did on the lady.
Come on, let's scram.
Worked on the lady, huh? Lady being Gemma?
We ain't through with you yet.
Interesting.
They got away. Did you catch what they
C1?
said just before they left? Something about intimidating someone else.
But he was C3?
Sounds like they just wanted to rough us up as a scare tactic, and they've already
Could it
done
be
to
Gemma?
someone else, but who? You're right. Maybe she was too scared to tell us the truth because those guys
Hey, thank you for the 5 months.
her.
Well, if that's the case, she should be more willing to open up to us once she learns that those thugs won't be bothering her anymore.
Yeah, because we kicked their
Let's head
ass.
back to the cafe and see if we can get any information from her.
Yeah. All right. Now, before we continue, I want to try something. Shh, watch this, chat. Boom. I, for a second, thought it was turning gold. I was like, there's no fucking way. Anyway, I just want to see if I could get a C2 Linny. Even though I'm not building him. Not right now, anyway. Anyway. We love a good mafia side quest. It's true. I'm coming. Gemma, I've returned. It's cause the mafia.
Gemma?
What are you hiding? What am I selling?
You again. What is it this time?
We just ran into the men who've been threatening you, and we gave them a taste of their own medicine.
Yeah, we roughed them up for yous.
Relax now. We're here to protect you.
Yeah, we're gonna beat them up.
Why? I didn't tell you anything. Why would they come after you?
Sounds like they're no strangers to you.
And so do I.
Putting it
Anyway.
mildly. I know them all too well. and I hate them with every fiber of my being.
Fantastic.
It's been 10 long years.
10
And
years.
still, every time I try to look into Caesar's death, they show up and warn me not to do anything stupid.
Don't do anything stupid.
How do I know I can trust you? Do you really think you can get to the bottom of it all?
Huh. Do you know who I am? I'm
Why
Ace
are you doing
Detective Ether.
I'm afraid I can't reveal all the details just yet, but I can promise you this. I will expose the Phantom Weasel's true identity, because you see, this is a personal matter of the utmost importance. I give you my word.
What? Is
Trust
Caesar your dad?
Okay.
Or
How
the
can I help you?
original Phantom Weasel your dad or some shit?
I've heard that Caesar used to have a magic workshop where he kept
You know,
a lot
before
of
you
his
became an
personal
orphan.
effects. If possible, I'd like to take a look at them. Do you know where it is?
The Fleuve-Sonde.
The Fleuve-Sonde.
The place was sealed up by the police after his death, and no one's been there since.
Where's
I also
Hazel? We
know
need a
that the
real detective.
Fleuve-Sonde is
Hey!
dangerous territory.
Look,
Lots of hostile groups
I
lurking around.
can be...
If you're serious about
I can
going
be your
there,
Hazo chat.
please
Relax.
Be careful.
Understood. Lynette,
The Phantom
you
who
stay
now?
here
The
and take
Phantom
care of
Weasel?
Gemma.
The Phantom
Don't
Weasel?
let her come to harm.
Got it. But if I'm staying here, I'm ordering dessert.
Do it.
I mean,
That sounds delicious.
Bon appetit. But stay sharp, too. They're likely to come for you while I'm away.
Okay. All right. Power saving mode off. I'll start taking this more seriously now.
Power saving mode off. The jokes of you being a robot. What is it? Five Nights at Freddy's? What are you, Five Nights at Freddy's? Five Nights at Freddy's. That's where I wanna be. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Upon the gale.
Ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum.
Behold.
Walking's for chumps.
If Gemma gave us the right location, then the workshop should be right nearby. Huh. Looks like these boxes are blocking the entrance. Let's shift them away first.
Time for the domain. I think. It's usually when the domain comes
There we
around.
go. It
I
should be
am coming
just
to
down
Anime Des
here.
Moines. Yep. The next con I'm going to is, yeah. The next con I'm going to is Anime Impulse, which is this coming weekend. I need a fire. I don't have a fire. I don't have a pyro. I don't have a good Man, I don't need no pyro. I can do it without the pyro. Psh, recommended elements. You'll have Linny? Even better. Fantastic. Their Linny's way better than mine anyway. Oh, and I mean nothing anymore. This Linny sucks. But yeah, if you didn't know, I'll be going to Anime Impulse this weekend. Then after that, I will be going to Animate Des Moines, I believe. And I'm dead. Beat. And yeah, after that, I'll be going to Animate Des Moines. And then after that, I will be going to... I think after that, I'll have a break.
Nothing suspicious here, just normal magic.
No, we're never playing Pico Park.
Let's head in further. What was that? Oh, is this one of Caesar's gadgets? Guess we must have triggered some sort of device.
Everything's fine. Attack the puppets when they come out to secure them, but die. Die. Fuck. Die. Open the door. Thank you. What the fuck? Ah, it's the balloon boy. What the hell do I do here?
Solidify. Behold.
Easy. Nice.
Whoa. Look.
Is this the last part of the story, chat? Am I like close to the end of the... No? Like the midpoint?
There's something written on the card on this doll. Let's take a closer look.
Wish list. I'd like a little dove. I want a robot with cool powers. There is story after this. Like 70%? Okay. I love how I'm getting different answers. Why am I not surprised? Okay, but I should have plenty of time. Even if we're only halfway into it, we should have plenty of time. You know, thank you for the raid. What is this? I love the music here.
These magic boxes are moving. What do we do?
One of them looks different from the rest. Let's investigate.
What just happened? Oh, I got what I was supposed to get. Got it. Get the gold one. Got it. Got it. Understand. Understood. Entiendo. Where the fuck did you go? Nice. Man, I'm so good at puzzles. At puzzles, we all fit together. There no chest? Is there no launch chest that I can grab? Keep squad Discord? Bet. One sec, chat. Hey, bet. Let's go. Yeah, don't say that one on stream. Having like that is happening, but I haven't signed the contract yet. Convention chat.
That's weird. Have we reached the end already?
Damn, what a good story quest.
Maybe this was a wasted trip.
Linny, what are you looking at?
This place seems a little too ordinary for a magician's workshop. There's a distinct lack of mystery.
You gotta burn it to the ground, homie.
Quite a few devices on the way here.
Burn it.
I'm starting to wonder whether Caesar built this whole place as one big, elaborate magic contraption. If so, then there must be more to this place than meets the eye. Maybe a hidden room somewhere. Aha! If I just move this book, then hopefully...
Presto changeo! There it is.
A secret path?
I'm
secret tunnel.
Too, and apparently, great minds really do think alike.
Or you know, it's the most
Looks pretty big
common
inside.
fucking
Let's head
trick.
in and take a look around.
You know, I'm not gonna tell you how to do your job, Linny, but you know, it's pretty common. I mean, you know, magician's code and all that, but like this is like Magic 101. You know, I've seen Wizards of Waverly Place. I know how this works.
Squall Fury. Search for it.
Pathetic. Remember how they said I need a pyro character? Yeah, I still don't see it. Dance. Dance. Oh, I'm gonna get my primos for this. I don't know, chat. Question. Do the people who have completed 100% Fontaine, how do you feel? Do you feel like you don't have enough content in the game?
And voila!
Or like so far in Fontaine, I mean? Do you feel like that the content has been given to you? Empty? Really? Wait, empty because now you don't have anything else to do, or do you feel that the Fontaine is empty? What? That's crazy.
Why is that, Linny? Is there some device in that
Empty.
box?
Interesting.
Huh. It just looks familiar somehow. Let me check this out for a second while you guys go on ahead.
I feel like there's still fun exploring and revisiting areas. Still trying to find all the... Well, I mean, if you 100% it, then you've done everything, right? I want more, but it's not all empty. Most of it's underwater. I mean, I fucking love the underwater part. Wow. Empty. Interesting. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think it's better to do... Do you feel... Let me ask you this. Would you prefer if Genshin... And they're not going to do this, but playing it for you do you feel it would be better for you to wait until the whole region is out and then doing it, or half the region is available and then doing it? Maybe half. I would get too burned out if it was all out. Sure, because then it'd be long.
If anyone makes a major discovery, let's rendezvous here.
Then I'd never do it. Right. No, update gating, it is better. Because the thing is, you have to think, they have to prolong... They don't want to give you the entire map right off the bat, right? Because, like...
The placement of this device inside. If I remember correctly...
It reminds me of that one trick that put me in jail. Patch after patch is the perfect for timing of this. Right. But I'm just curious because it's like... Folks are saying they would, you know... If they're running out of content so fast. That's my whole question with it. Do you think I could cheese this?
Oh, seems like we can't step on the same
I didn't step on the same tile twice.
Guess we've got to finish it in one run, huh?
I was doing it in one run. The game's just racist.
Swollen Fury.
Fuck you. Riddle me this, bitch. Exactly, section it so then you won't get bored. Yeah. Hey, you guys like that trick? See, I got a few magic tricks up my sleeve. I do love the music in this area.
Oh, this bookcase is full of Caesar's own notes. He wrote a lot about the principles of magic.
All right, then let me ask you this, chat. Would you prefer if they give you the full region map off the bat, but not the full story? Or do you like it how they're doing where they're half the no, nah, yes? I'm seeing mainly no's. Personally, I would not like that. Personally, I do like it the way they're currently doing it.
Let's take a peek inside it, shall we?
Because then you get more content as they bring you back to play the game, essentially. About the wish list.
At one of my shows a few days ago, a child asked me how I pulled candy out of my hat.
Bryson!
As a joke,
is that
I told
Japard?
the kid that the hat has a built-in wish-granting machine. Next thing I know, today a whole bunch of kids were pestering me to pull all sorts of things out of the hat. So I told them another white lie. The machine needs time to power up, but in the meantime, you can write your wishes down. Well, they took me up on that offer, enthusiastically. As I write this, I've only just got...
In the name of Landa!
Buying the things they wanted. Boy, are my legs sore. I wound up saving very little this month. But that's not a major issue. I now have a bigger problem. How am I going to hide all these things inside my hat?
Good point. About the children studying magic.
2 children came to talk to me after today's show.
2?
I don't know why they were out on their own.
Well.
They looked much too young to be unsupervised.
I see.
I do hope they got home safe.
Linny and Lynette do have a connection with him. Not his dad. Not his dad, but definitely a connection with him. Linny and Lynette. Maybe that's why they feel so attached. You know, because they're like, he was amazing. He taught us everything.
They said that they wanted me to teach them how to do magic. It's not uncommon for children to ask this, of course, but I've never seen any of them as serious about it as these 2. I told them that learning magic is very hard work, but that didn't faze them at all. It's like they already knew. They seemed so committed. I couldn't turn them down.
About Lorenzo's issues.
It seems like something's bothering Lorenzo lately. but he won't open up to me about
I've
it.
got to kill Caesar.
Surely he's not upset that I agreed to teach those 2 children. I'll have to talk him around. I have a good feeling about those kids.
Man,
They're naturally
is Lorenzo the
talented, but it seems
Phantom
like they're not
Weasel?
into the world of magic. They have all sorts of fantastic ideas. All I'm really doing is helping them develop a more professional standard training plan.
I'm a professional!
They wanted to call me master, but I told them they absolutely mustn't. Any magician worth their salt could have taught them what I have. They're the geniuses here. Compared to them, I don't deserve to be called any sort of master. With
Bet
time,
Caesar killed
I have
Lorenzo,
no doubt that they could become
and
far
he became
greater
Lorenzo.
magicians than I. My only concern is why they're so mature for their age. I fear they've had to grow up too fast. I don't dare to imagine what they must have been through. Gemma thinks so too. She doesn't like being around them. Says that their eyes are too piercing. They don't bother me, but then again, I've never been the sharpest tool in the shed.
I've never been tool in the shed.
It's nearly time for me to go on tour. I asked
Look
the
at
2 kids if they'd like to come with me,
kinda.
but they shook their heads. I once overheard them talking about their father and their mission. Sounds like their parents have other plans for them. I guess we'll be parting ways soon. It's only been 10 days since I first met them, but I think that I've gotten a feel for their personalities now.
They're murderers.
They're very tough, but also very cautious, and they trust no one but each other. This, I fear, is not a good habit to have.
I agree.
They hide things from me too. For example, when I asked them where they live and why they wanted to learn magic, they lied. That's the thing about children. Whenever they're trying to cover something up, it always shows somehow. I can sense that their lives have been hard, possibly even dangerous too. They're not like other children. It's a shame that I can't do more to help them. After thinking things over, I decided to tell them a bit about how I see the world. It's full of lies and falsehoods.
Oh shit.
And that is why we must find our own truth.
Like that? You're just gonna tell them like that?
I hope they won't find my nagging annoying. Children are so opinionated nowadays. Will it do them more harm than good for someone they've only known 10 days to lecture them like that?
Listen up, chat. This is in reference to you. Nah, it's in reference to Twitter.
PPS. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Children aren't interested in grand philosophies. It probably just went in one ear and out the other. I bet they've already forgotten every word I said.
Chat, again, in reference to you.
Oh, Caesar,
and Twitter.
Caesar. Just mind your own business next time.
Oh, Caesar salad. Mind your own business. Stop reading. Did you find anything?
Geniuses with a father and a mission, huh?
Bro, we've been known who that is. Who could that be? Paimon, are you about to be Dora the Explorer?
Sounds a lot like he was writing about Linny and Lynette, don't you think?
Well, I'm glad you weren't Dora about it.
So did they meet Caesar when they were kids? Let's go ask Linny.
Oh my god. Do you know where Linny is, chat? ¿Dónde está Linny? Vamos a buscar a Linny. ¿A dónde se fue Linny? Enséñame en el mapa. Where is Linny on the map? Show me. Seriously, fucking show me. I don't know where this is. Jail? Oh, we about to be.
Linny?
Shh, hold that thought. As I expected, there's a lot of fishy things going on in this place.
Yeah, like you.
Fishy? Uh-oh, what have you found?
All in good time. Before we go over our new leads, I want to tell you how a high-altitude escape is performed. First, the magician slots themselves into a magic box in full view of the audience. The box is then suspended high in the air, and a short while later, the base automatically opens. At this point, a dummy will fall out of the box, but it looks real enough to grab the audience's attention, and they start wailing and screaming. Meanwhile, the real magician, who has by now blended into the crowd, waits for a good moment to make their appearance and put on a hysterical performance. Oh no! Is that me? Did I just fall to my death?
Very vivid description. Paimon can really picture it. And then what?
The audience's gaze then turns to the magician, and by the time they realize what's happened, the dummy has vanished, as if everything that just happened was some sort of shared illusion. Of course, that's just how I think the process should work, theoretically speaking.
Theoretically speaking? What do you mean?
The inventor of this trick never performed it successfully. When the box opened, Caesar was the one who fell out, and not the dummy.
Oh, fuck!
He fell right to the ground from the highest point of the opera house. No one could hope to survive that fall. Not without a vision, at least.
Shit.
And no one else has ever attempted this trick since.
Until now!
How it works is just based on what it could gather from his notes and the relevant gadgets here in his workshop.
So Caesar's famous high-altitude escape has never been done, huh? Paimon was about to say how cool it would have been to see it in person, but if it's that dangerous, it's probably for the best that no one
Well, I'm glad you bring that up, Paimon, because that's exactly the trick I'll be performing in just 2 days.
If the dummy's supposed to drop out of the box, then where does the real magician go? How does he get out?
Glad you asked. That brings us to the secret of said box. This box right here is the one that Caesar constructed himself to use in the performance, and it's not as simple as it looks.
He did say, I'm glad you asked, by the way.
There's a device that only the magician himself would know about. Once the magician's inside and the box is lifted up into the air, the audience's view of the box is fixed at a certain angle. From where they're standing, they have a clear view of the front, sides, and bottom, but the back and the top are now no longer visible. At this point, the magician presses a button inside the box, opening a secret door out of view. He then escapes through this trapdoor onto the opera house roof, waits for the dummy to fall and distract the audience, and quietly returns to ground level.
Dude, that guy gotta be quick!
That's way simpler than Paimon imagined. Even Paimon could probably do it.
Bro, you can just fly, you dummy.
Well, there's a little more to it than that, of course. The hardest part of this trick is there's the falling dummy,
my bad.
the miraculous reappearance, the pompous performing. Maybe the magician would even have themselves tied up before it begins to strengthen the impression that there's no escape. Many days and nights of careful research and painstaking practice would have gone into this, all culminating in a performance just a few minutes long, but one that still manages to transform the shock and grief of a tragic accident to the joy and laughter of a mesmerizing magic trick. Caesar was a highly accomplished magician. But unfortunately, even he didn't manage to pull it off.
So, how did it go so wrong? You said you found some fishy stuff here. Have you figured out what really happened?
I can make a pretty good guess.
What's the guess?
I looked into the case files. The magic box Caesar was using at the time of his death had the secret button I mentioned positioned on the right-hand side. And, sure enough, he always used his right hand as his dominant hand in public.
Okay. Nothing suspicious.
What does that mean?
There.
But here's the strange thing. Most of the devices in this workshop have the mechanism on the left-hand side, including this box right here. Which leads me to believe that Caesar was in fact left-handed.
Why would Caesar pretend to be right-handed?
Because a magician can't afford to have their most basic habits stand out too much. People naturally focus their attention on the most important details of the task or situation at hand. But a magician needs to be able to redirect an audience. The essence of magic is getting people to believe a lie. If even the truth raises eyebrows, the falsehoods become all the more difficult to mask.
Like how you're a Fatui?
Caesar trained himself to use his right hand to align with his audience's expectations. Great magic always requires sacrifices. But in his most stressful and nerve-wracking moments, and when no one was watching, reflex would kick in and he'd use his left hand. That's why he set his gadgets with the mechanism on his left.
Maybe someone exploited that fact against him.
Exactly. I think that's likely what happened.
That's a lot, Lorenzo.
Caesar would have been under a lot of time pressure during the escape. He'd have had mere seconds to open the hidden compartment, retrieve the dummy, then open the secret door and make a swift escape. But I'm sure he was confident. He would have rehearsed countless times to the point where it was second nature. He'd barely need to think about what he was doing because muscle memory would guide him through. So he opened the compartment, took out the dummy, checked everything was in order, and then went to leave. With his left hand, he reached for the button, and suddenly, his heart skipped a beat. It wasn't there. Much like when you reach for your keys but find your pocket empty, his mind needed a moment to process what was going on.
There are keys in Genshin? That's not true. I mean, obviously there are keys. We need those keys specifically to open up those little containers with a rare-ass chest.
Instinctively, his left hand would keep feeling around for the missing button, maybe for another second or two, until the bottom of the box gave way. With the stakes being as high as they were, just a 2-second delay cost him everything. The authorities would find nothing suspicious and conclude that his death was due to his own error.
Hatham steals Kavi's keys. Oh yeah, that too.
Switched the boxes, and they did it to murder him. But how would they be able to make the switch without being noticed? That would be difficult to pull off.
Why ain't him plant his feet on the walls? You see, he's clever, but he ain't that clever. He even said he ain't the sharpest tool in the shed. If anything, he's the dullest now. Ah! Sorry, Caesar.
It would have to have been someone who knew that he was left-handed and who could move his props around without arousing suspicion. Someone who was always by his side. Isn't that right, Lorenzo?
Oh my God, who could have seen it coming?
Couldn't let sleeping dogs lie, could you? There's not a lot of people who'd go to all this trouble for some magician who died 10 years ago. I didn't want to have to do this, you know. Silencing you the hard way just creates more problems for me to deal with.
That's funny how you think you're gonna get away with it.
Chance. I hoped you'd do what's good for you and back off like the lady, but you disappoint me.
You mean Gemma? So you are the one who's been threatening her?
Maybe.
Yes, although however stubborn she might be, she was never much of a liability, but you people...
Hey!
You never even knew him, but for some reason you just wouldn't drop it.
Actually, they knew him for 10 days.
You can't leave this place alive. Take them out.
Bro, we kicked their asses once. We're gonna kick their asses again.
Do your worst.
You know who I am. I have an Archon at my side. Technically, I have an Archon and a half on my side.
You dare to gaze upon me?
Trash. What else you got, Lorenzo? Oh shit, I turned around.
This is order. Enshroud! Let's nip that in the bud. Surrender! Your sins weigh upon your soul.
What does he got? Trash. Damn, is that Gambit? Rainbow Goro, what's good? The link lols. Thank you for the sub.
Kids are tougher than you look.
Had enough yet, Lorenzo?
I'm the blonde traveler,
cronies can't
bitch.
help you now. I think it's high time you started talking. And what I'd really like to know is, why did you murder Caesar?
If I had a mora for every time you said that man's name. Of course you idolized Caesar, everyone else did. But I was the real genius magician. Me!
Ah, I see we found Weasel! Got him.
He was just an amateur who did cheap tricks for gullible children. I was the one who made magic into the fine art it is today. The aristocrats doffed their hats to me!
Sure.
So it was jealousy.
Jealousy. Hatred, more like. I hated Caesar. All he cared about was his magic. He lived and breathed it.
So what's the problem?
Everything into his street performances and his stupid tours like it was just a hobby to him. Never bothering to think about Mora. What sort of fool devotes their life to the art of deception and never has a Mora to show for it?
Actors, am I right? Hey, remember to support your actors right now. Fuck the AT, whatever the fuck. Fuck those studios. Pay your employees. Pay your actors. Pay your writers. Pay your visual effects artists. Hey, pay your employees, bro.
But the people loved him, didn't they? Oh, how they looked up to him. No one gave me a second look. All I ever heard was, "Oh, your master's amazing, isn't he?" Amazing. Yeah, so amazing that he was completely broke. Every other apprentice was living it up at their master's expense, but no, not me. I put in all the work, mastered all the skills, and it brought me nothing more than the life I already had.
So you killed him? Why didn't you just leave?
He forbade me from using magic to trick people out of their Mora. There was nothing he hated more than that. And with his reputation,
there was nothing he hated more than that.
It was too risky for me to go it alone. As long as he was alive, if I dabbled in my own brand of money-making magic, he would expose me, and it would destroy me.
Yeah, because you were trying to rob people.
I had to kill him. There was no other way. He had to go.
Killing him, buddy.
And this was your only motive?
It was reason enough. What other motive would I need?
Well, I was under the impression that there might have been other factors at play. For instance, maybe you were in love with Gemma, but she was engaged to Caesar.
What? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
In love with Gemma? Don't be ridiculous.
Guess I was wrong about that then. Next question. Are you the Phantom Weasel?
Phantom Weasel? Phantom fuck?
I am.
Oh, true. Yeah, I knew that. See, I called it.
Caesar was so strict with me. He insisted that his way was the right way. That the sole purpose of magic was to bring joy to the world.
Joy to the...
I never bought into any of that. I was more interested in the practical value of magic. Sure enough, it helped me fill my pockets with all kinds of valuable treasures.
But I heard that the Phantom Weasel stole from the rich and poor alike.
Oh, yeah! Charlotte told us that the weasel would steal whatever people valued, no matter how much it was worth.
That's just how it looked from the outside. What would any thief want with second-rate loot? I've only ever targeted high-value items. I stole cheap things as a way of practicing my craft. It was other people's overactive imaginations that conjured up the preposterous image they then dubbed the Phantom Weasel.
Why the Phantom
So
Weasel?
That's the story, huh? Well, I hope you're ready to tell it all over again during your trial.
What choice do I have? You're a pack of wolves, and you've got me between your jaws. You've seen what's here, and my last-ditch effort to stop it getting out has failed. What else can I do?
Also, you attacked us with a mob. We're two fucking, like, teenagers and a flying potato.
So be it. I've enjoyed power and wealth for the last 10 years, the likes of which Caesar could never give me. I wouldn't choose for things to end this way, but I regret nothing.
Very well. In that case, I'll contact the guards. Traveler, Paimon, keep an eye on Lorenzo for me. I'll meet you just outside the workshop when I'm back.
Okay, cool. How can he not regret? That means that his life was that miserable. Being Caesar's fucking apprentice.
At least I can finally stop looking over my shoulder now.
Yo, Lorenzo's actor fucking killed it. Anyway, let's get out of here.
Linny has told me the whole story.
How? We just
Lorenzo,
left.
Do you confess to the murder of Caesar and to framing him for the Phantom Weasel's crimes?
No, it was these fucking kids. I mean, yes, damn it.
Look who's finally developed a conscience.
Nope, I didn't do that.
What kind of disciple murders their own master? I hope it was worth it, because there'll be hell to pay.
Oh, well, I have money in hell, so that'll be great.
Looks like it's all over. What should we do next, Linny?
What kind of person what?
Start preparing for your show?
What kind of person murders their master? Whatever do you mean? My eye ain't twitching. What you mean by that? Oh, I know. I'm pretty sure it is. Enigma. Huh? Yeah. I've never. What are you insinuating? What are we doing here? What's with the hair, guys? What are you insinuating?
Let me think. Let's rendezvous with Lynette and Gemma first. With Lorenzo in custody, Gemma will no longer have to fear for her safety.
Good point. We should go tell Gemma the good news right away.
Yeah.
Some peace of mind for sure.
Let's go and finish the quest. Do 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 do. Genuine wouldn't last a day in Fontaine. Oh, because of the court. Yeah, because of the court. I was about to say.
Ah, you're back. You were so quick.
Ah,
I've only
you're
just finished
back.
my third dessert.
Dude.
Your third? Lynette, come on. We've talked about this. Everything in moderation. You're not gonna have any room left for dinner now.
This is in regards to every Genshin fan that has already 100% Fontaine.
It's fine. I'll shift to exercise mode and jog off the excess sugar.
That's besides the point. Well, it's done now. But try to eat a more balanced diet in the future.
No?
Point taken.
Did everything go okay?
Yeah, he's gone in jail.
Lorenzo was no match for us. The guards are taking him into custody as we speak.
Gosh, that's amazing. I'm sorry. I still didn't know if I could trust you, but now it seems I can. I had my suspicions about Lorenzo, but
It's okay. We understand. He did threaten you.
And you don't have a vision, so you're trash. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend you, my fair lady.
You don't need to be scared anymore. Everything's gonna be okay.
Sorry. My emotions are all over the place right now. I've been waiting for this day to come for so long.
Yeah, we put him
I always
behind
wanted to
bars.
report Lorenzo. He took all of Caesar's property, which I found suspicious. But I had people watching me all the time, so I couldn't risk looking into it. I was so afraid. I was scared he'd do something terrible to me, and then no one would be left to visit Caesar's grave. So I never had the courage to speak out. Thank you all. Truly. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. At Linny's suggestion, everyone goes to the cemetery to announce Lorenzo's arrest.
Thank you all for clearing Caesar's name.
You're welcome.
I never would have guessed that Lorenzo was the real Phantom Weasel. He never showed any signs that there were problems between him and Caesar in public. From the outside, it looked like they got along great.
Well, maybe you should have been weaseling around looking for the info.
And to think that lowlife's been living life to the fullest all this time, while Caesar's name was getting dragged through the mud. It's a travesty. At least his soul can finally rest in peace now, thanks to your efforts.
Happy to help. I guess you weren't hiding the entire stash in his grave, Gemma.
If only I'd realized before it was too late.
Don't blame yourself, Gemma. This isn't your fault.
Yeah, it's Lorenzo's.
You still have the rest of your life to live. Caesar wouldn't want to see you spending it feeling guilty.
You don't know that!
Cheer up, Gemma. My brother's doing a magic show at the Opera House tomorrow evening. Would you like to come along? It might raise your spirits. This show will be a special one. We're holding it in Caesar's honor.
Really?
In Caesar's honor? Really? Oh, thank you. I'll be there.
Great. We'll see you tomorrow evening. Traveler, Paimon, don't be late.
This guy trash talks Tim, and now he's not trash talking Caesar. I don't like him. I mean, you know. Hee hee.
Don't worry, we'll be there. No way are we gonna miss out on a free magic show.
Your husband died doing magic, so now watch a kid die doing magic.
Wait, Paimon feels like we're forgetting something. Oh yeah, Caesar's diary! We never found out if the two kids Caesar taught magic to were Linny and Lynette or not.
Never found out, bro. It's like
Linny changed the topic back in the workshop, so we didn't get a chance to bring it up. Oh,
I'm on.
well. Guess we'll just have to ask Linny tomorrow evening.
You're a special kind of like stupid. Context clues, my dear Paimon. It's elementary. Imagine doing this quest, then doing the Archon quest. I don't think they let you do that. I actually think they force you to finish the Archon quest, at least Act 1, before doing this quest. The PTSD would have been crazy. Oh, dude. Actually, that would have been really funny. We should have done that. Shit. Wait, where do we go? Oh, I guess the Opera House is here. I, for some reason, thought the Opera House was... Never mind. Also, I just noticed... They mentioned the two kids. So I really do think that Fremine is not their blood relative. I do think that Fremine is their, like, they probably just took him under their wing and called him brother from the orphanage. I do believe that is the case. Because he's not? Is that confirmed?
The wind rises.
Also, I made a joke the other day that Fremine is actually Gepard's and Serval's brother, while Lynx is actually Linny and Lynette's sister. Like actual blood. I was like, if you really think about it, just swap them. You got swapped at birth, you know.
Paimon's excited to see
Lynette?
another of Linny's magic shows. Wait. Lynette, shouldn't you be on stage by now?
Not this time. My brother's going solo today.
Oh, flex.
So I'll be watching with you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Robert.
Everybody's ready because the show is about to begin.
Robert Houdin, as in Houdini. Shut up.
The great magician Linny has prepared a spectacular show for us.
Yes, we
all
know about that,
tonight,
Crystal.
concluding with an all-new grand finale.
Or Robin
that no
Hood.
audience
Oh,
has
that
ever
too.
seen before.
Thank you all so much for coming. Now, prepare to join me on a journey through the mystical and miraculous.
I'm here to just stress out the shit out of people. Here is a box. I'm gonna die.
Exciting stuff, isn't it?
You ready, Gemma?
Yes, it's just... It reminds me of him.
No wonder. Caesar was a famous magician too.
So we don't see it? Yeah.
How did you two first meet, Gemma?
Well, I was out on the street once, and I saw him performing for little children. Children love magic, because they're willing to believe in things that can't be rationally explained. Caesar had this amazing way of bringing them into a dreamlike world. And somehow, I felt drawn to him too. So I went up and asked him to do a trick for me.
What was the trick? Proposal.
Do?
The greatest trick of all.
With a flower.
It's a joke, chat.
He took it in his hand, snapped his fingers, and
That's actually pretty cool.
magically appeared on my head. I was so happy that day. No one had ever given me a flower before that.
What?
Oh,
No one?
cute. Actually, now that you mention it, Linny's done that one before.
Is that right? Then I suppose he's a romantic at heart, just like Caesar. So
Damn.
let's treasure the time we have with him.
So what I'm hearing is I'm now engaged to Linny. That's crazy.
After all, you never know when the people dearest to you might be gone.
Don't be sad. The killer's been caught.
That's right. Paimon doesn't really know how to comfort you, but at the very least, no one's gonna be intimidating you from now on. You can breathe easy.
Well, except for Linny.
Right?
Right. Yes, you can breathe easy now, Phantom Weasel.
See? Even Lynette says... Wait, what?
Well, water in a well.
Oh no!
Hmm?
The Phantom Weasel? Lorenzo escaped? Where is he?
What do you mean, Phantom Weasel?
As Linny once said, a performer's job is to commit fully to their role and put on a flawless performance for their audience.
Oh, Gemma.
But once the bag of tricks is empty and the curtain falls, it's time to end the show. The spotlight is no place for someone with no more cards up their sleeve. It's been 10 years, Gemma. Aren't you tired of the grieving widow act? I think it's time to put an end to it.
What are you talking about? Paimon doesn't like this riddle. Traveler, Paimon doesn't like where this is going. Come on, say something.
Huh. Well, you see, Paimon, it's elementary. I've known all along. Was I right about the cemetery?
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all enjoying the performance so far. There will now be a brief intermission, after which Linny will perform the most electrifying act of tonight's show. The one we've all been waiting for. The final performance will take place outside of the Opera House, so please make your way outside in a calm and orderly fashion.
Damn, are we in the aquarium? The fuck is happening?
Phantom Weasel never did like public places, did they? Don't worry. This place will be quiet soon. Let's talk somewhere else for now.
Well, water in a well. Are we about to kill the Phantom Weasel?
Too slow.
Well, Phantom Weasel, confess! Confess!
Dear me, this is awkward, isn't it? And unfortunately, I'm all out of gadgets, so I'm afraid I can't do any tricks to liven up the mood. This is a big mistake for a magician to make, but thankfully, I do have a backup plan.
I love stories!
Now, who wants to hear a story?
Linny, don't we have more important things to address right now?
Well, that's the point. He's going to address it in the form of a story.
Lynette accused Gemma of being the real Phantom Weasel.
All in good time. Magicians are good at guessing what people are thinking. I know the questions you want to ask. And as it happens, the story I'm about to...
I'm so good at it.
Well then,
Let's go back to the very beginning. A decade ago, when the Phantom Weasel was terrorizing the court of Fontaine. She never missed a target.
Oh, notice how
never
they
left a
call her a
trace,
she now.
And no treasure was safe from her thieving hands. But as her infamy grew, so did the readiness of the police, and her opportunities to act became ever fewer.
Man, she looked kind of good in that fit, though.
For who she was.
That dress looks good, though. She looking... Damn.
Of course, she could not simply take this lying down, and before
No
long, she
flower
found her
ever.
ticket to
Liar.
freedom. She would create a
Facts.
scapegoat, a false weasel to close the chapter on her behalf.
Bitch.
After weighing her options, she set her sights on a renowned magician, Caesar. After all, magic and theft shared enough similarities for people to buy the story when the truth came out.
So, being the master deceiver she was, the weasel easily earned Caesar's trust. Now, all that remained was to frame him for her countless crimes.
It's a good fit. It's a good fit. The black with the green, that was good.
But as she was considering how to make her move, she noticed Caesar's aggrieved pupil, and a new thought entered her mind. Maybe I don't need to get my hands dirty after all. At her encouragement, Lorenzo tampered with Caesar's magic box.
causing him to fall to his death. Afterwards, Lorenzo seized his master's property, and the weasel set about tarnishing Caesar's reputation.
Damn.
Two co-conspirators committed the perfect crime.
Damn, I was right. I said both of them.
I've got to hand it to you. You're both exceptional storytellers. It's enough to make even me wonder whether there was really another mastermind behind all this, pulling the strings. But I just have one question. You seem to think that I am the villain in this tale. What's brought this on, Linny? Is it something that Lorenzo said?
Yeah, am I gonna have to kill him when I'm in jail?
Don't worry, Lorenzo said nothing at all.
And that's exactly what made me think this.
But I never believed that he was the weasel, and in fact, my investigation only made me more certain of that. He was too forthcoming with his confession, as if there was something else he was trying to hide.
Ah, truth behind the truth.
How disappointing. So you'd sooner trust Lorenzo than me? Even without a shred of evidence?
Oh, we've got a shred of evidence.
A magician is an expert at playing the audience to get the result they want. And I have no doubt that you, Gemma, are equally talented in this regard. With a little help from Lorenzo, you put on a very convincing performance. The lovesick fiancé, whose devotion to her betrothed is unshakable, even under threats of violence. Caesar was maligned and hated by all for 10 years, but you? Everyone sympathized with your plight. Who would suspect for 1 second that the lovely young lady always seen weeping in front of Caesar's grave was actually the mastermind behind his demise? No, not that poor lady. Perish the thought.
Linny. Oh no!
Wait, so you mean...
Of course it was.
The intimidation thing was just a hoax? Gemma and Lorenzo were both in on it? But why would Lorenzo agree to that? And why didn't he sell her out even at the end instead of admitting to being the weasel himself?
Yes, why indeed? Maybe Gemma herself could enlighten us on that question.
What could it be?
Well, Linny, if you're so confident in your version of events, then I think the answer should be obvious.
He was in love with me.
Having killed Caesar with his own hands, Lorenzo was plagued by overwhelming guilt.
Yeah, right.
Revealing the Phantom Weasel's true identity would serve no purpose. But if the weasel remained free, then she could take care of Lorenzo's loved ones.
An excellent answer, though sadly a little dull.
Is that right? Well, don't let me bore you. If you'd care to change the topic to something more interesting, I'd be much obliged.
I love this. I love this story.
As a matter of fact, there's one thing I'd really like to understand. Why would the real weasel have targeted things that only have value to other people? Could you shed any light on that?
Of course. After all, we're just telling stories here, aren't we? If I had to guess...
If!
I would say that the real weasel must have had a terrible childhood. Left to fend for herself after her parents died young. Betrayed, scorned, beaten. She'd scrounge waste paper from garbage bins to draw on, using twigs and dirt for lack of ink and pen. She'd sew ugly rag dolls from whatever scrap material she could get her hands on. This was her only source of happiness in life. But it was all she needed, and she was content. Until the world decided that even this was too good for her.
You know what, chat? She's still going to jail!
Once again, she was betrayed. And this time, everything was taken from her. She felt like life was a miry pit that dragged her further down the more she struggled to escape. At that tender age, she should have been happy. Instead, she stood in the shadows and watched with envy as all good things in the world passed her by.
You'll be alright.
This was a fate too cruel for anyone to bear. Her pain... I
my bad.
detest the happiness of others, in all its forms alike.
Ah, so you're just a petty bitch.
I will rob them of everything they hold to be good and true. And it will fill the void in my soul.
That's some pretty heavy stuff.
Wow, that's a lot of hypotheticals.
Now it all makes sense.
You're just a bitch.
Does this story satisfy you, Linny?
A little bit. I feel like it's still missing something.
Yes, it is quite to my tastes. Thank you for helping to clear up my confusion.
So, what was with the warning letter?
Huh. That's right. What drove you to write that letter, Gemma? What were you trying to achieve there?
I didn't write anything. But if I were to guess...
Because without that, none of this would have ever come to light.
She didn't write the letter.
After 10 long years, I'd hoped that the Phantom Weasel would be consigned to the history books by now. But it seems like someone still wasn't ready to let her finally be at peace.
Linny, you stupid fuck! I can't believe this, dude! I really had that thought and I didn't say it.
Linny? Or should I call you the Phantom Copycat?
I had that thought, but I thought it was too goddamn obvious.
That letter outside the opera house. But why?
To draw you out, bitch!
Very sharp, Phantom Weasel. Still as shrewd as ever. Well, no need for me to be coy about it. Our goal was to clear Caesar's name. The most straightforward way to change the public's impression of Caesar was to force the Weasel to show themselves.
That's it? You had no other agenda?
No, because he taught him magic and he treated them like people, you bitch.
Of course we did. We made it quite clear in the letter, I believe. I shall take from you that which you hold most dear, just as you did to me 10 years ago.
Oh, shit.
10 years ago? You mean Caesar's death? You met him?
Who do you think taught us magic, you dumb fucking bitch?
Wait. Oh, I get it. You were those two obnoxious kids. It's been so long, and you're all grown up now. I didn't recognize you.
You know what this confirms, chat? It confirms that they wear different clothes when they're younger. It doesn't mean that these are the only clothes they wear when they're playable. Confirmed, chat. Confirmed.
He taught you magic back then, didn't he? For what, 10 days or something? And you went to all this trouble. Why? Because you feel like you still owe him something?
We remember all our debts, however great or small. 10 years ago, Caesar's reputation was torn to shreds, and his legacy was thrown out. 10 years on, and no one cares what the truth is anymore.
Ah, classic Fontaine.
But we did not forget, and so we came to find you.
You see, this is the part of Linny and Lynette that are fucking Fatui. If it was some asshole in Fontaine, they wouldn't give a shit. Except for Navia. Navia is the exception, but, you know, that's a whole different story. But this is the most Fatui shit I've ever heard in my life.
And? What exactly did you take from me? I'm still standing, as you can see. Lorenzo has admitted to everything. I'm free.
Well, I believe it's time for my next trick.
Free? Do you really think so? Caesar once told me that even though the world is filled with lies and falsehoods, we must find our own truth. I think that applies to you too. Truth can take many forms. Prized possessions with nostalgic value, fervent hopes and dreams, and irreplaceable people.
Interesting.
Life took many things from you, and those wounds never healed. When they ached unbearably in the dead of night, stealing became your way of numbing the pain.
What are you trying to say?
I'm saying that for the last 10 years, you've been living a rather uneventful life. Perhaps that's because you found something other than a life of crime to fill the hole? Back to Lorenzo for a second. He murdered his own master, played along with your act, and took pains to make sure any suspicion would be directed towards him. But what did he have to gain from all that? He knew who you were and the things you'd done, and despite that, he was willing to give everything up for your sake. He's the reason that you haven't felt the compulsion to steal in all these years. You're more than just accomplices in murder. You're the only real friends each other has. So I think you know, deep down, that he is the only truth you have in your life.
Oh no!
Yeah, get fucked. Get read like a book.
That truth is gone now. And I guarantee you, you'll never see it again.
Ready? Damn. Get fucked. You fucked up, Gemma.
Congratulations on your freedom, Gemma.
You played yourself. Congratulations.
Your freedom will cost you dearly. From now on, you'll be all alone in a world full of lies and falsehoods. I do hope you'll be able to bear it. You've still got a long life ahead of you after all.
Dude, these motherfuckers. Golly.
Gather round, one and all. The time has now come for the amazing Linny to perform
Yeah, you're free.
his final act in
But
tonight's
you're fucking
show.
alone.
I'm sure you're all wondering what he has planned for the grand finale. Well, wonder no more, for the answer is a death-defying high-altitude escape.
A high-altitude escape?
Hey, the trick Caesar died attempting.
I'm sure you all remember the magician Caesar. This was the very trick that led to his fatal fall, after which he was dubbed the Phantom Weasel.
You wanna try killing me now?
But we have now learned that Caesar was wrongly accused, and that the real Weasel has now confessed to their crimes.
Guess that's my cue to leave. Whew. I've been practicing this one for ages now, but I'm still a little nervous. Traveler, Paimon, I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. There may be a lot of people watching tonight, but you alone are my true witnesses.
Damn.
Lyney, wait.
Lenny, wait, nothing. You're done.
You two hid a lot from Caesar. He went to his grave without ever knowing your secrets. So what about now? Are you an open book?
Why do you
Or
have
are
a
still
smile?
The same as ever.
Oh, we're the same.
You don't have to tell lies to end up isolated and alone. One day, you'll end up exactly where I am today. Maybe then you'll finally understand.
Wouldn't that be wild if that does happen?
You're wrong. I'm nothing like you.
So, what are we, doing now?
We're gonna watch a show.
Like Linny said,
Thank you for the raid.
when you're ready, let's head outside and watch the show.
But what about Gemma?
She's a free woman.
She'll figure out what's best for her soon enough. Oh, and if you'd like to see Linny after the show, you know where he'll be. The usual haunt.
Alright. Well, let's go and watch Linny.
Let's pull off this magic trick. Hey, Gemma.
Sometimes I think I'm like a gambling addict. All I care about is winning. And it doesn't matter what's at stake.
Genshin players.
By the time I come to my senses, I'm left with nothing. Oh, if I had my time again.
Oh, Gemma, Gemma, Gemma.
Magicians are not like thieves. Thieves only tear things apart. But good-hearted magicians, they put things back together.
And they tear apart the fuckers that broke the truth, huh? Gemma lost her 50-50. Shit. She got a Chi-Chi chat. Wah, wah. Someone chat's gonna be like, Chi-Chi's my name. Relax. Shout out to Charlotte just randomly being there. Yeah, fall! Do it, pussy!
Magic should be mysterious, surprising, and defy logic.
Do a flip!
Magic is hard work.
Oh, cute!
Every single movement has to be practiced thousands of times.
It's alright. We're used to that.
Oh, cute.
We're sorry. You
How did
taught
they
us
not
so
recognize
much,
them?
But we can't tell you the whole truth.
It's okay. Do you still remember what I told you? This world is full of lies and falsehoods. I only hope that one day, you can find your own truth.
What about you? Have you found your truth?
Magic is my truth.
I want to perform a magic trick so great that people will always think of me when they talk about it. For a magician, what greater honor could there be?
Look! Behold! Linny is sealed inside the box. Will he manage to escape? 10 years ago, Caesar attempted this very trick, and it was at this precise moment that...
Watch out!
Wow. Really pretty.
Mysterious.
Yo, wishing!
Surprising.
Whoa.
And logic defying. Isn't that right? This honor belongs to you, Caesar. I'm just sorry it's a little late.
Wow. That's the best 2D animation that Genshin has put in their game yet.
One minute he was falling, and the next, he turned into flowers.
How could he possibly have done that?
Shout out to the quest.
How mysterious. I didn't blink once. He just vanished right in front of my eyes.
What a heart-stopping magic show! This was really worth the trip. Caesar's name has finally been cleared, and Fontaine's new star magician Linny has fulfilled a wish on his behalf. Oh, I couldn't ask for a better grand finale. It will make a great headline for the Steambird tomorrow, even if I do say so myself.
Good show!
Looks like everyone really loved Linny's grand finale.
Even though they don't know the full story.
I doesn't see Linny anywhere. Where'd he go?
The usual spot.
Oh, Lynette said he'd be waiting for us at the usual hunt. But,
The cemetery.
You mean the one where he's... Yeah, that's probably it. This whole magic show kinda seemed like Linny's way of saying goodbye to Caesar. So it makes sense that that's where he'd be afterward.
Oh, you know.
Alright, let's go look for him there.
Okie doke. Let's go, chat. I think we're gonna finish right on time. Which is crazy. Dude, that was a really good story quest. Or it is still, because we're not done yet. I'm dropping. I will say 9 out of 10. Linny only flirted with me once.
Linny! There you are. Are you alright? Paimon was scared to death when the
Wait till the end? Oh, shit.
I was sure something had gone horribly wrong.
I was joking. I was joking.
It's a performance art. A magician has to get creative to keep the audience on tenterhooks. That's our job. So I tweaked Caesar's original setup a little to keep it fresh. I was honestly a little nervous during the live performance. The thought of falling, suddenly feeling weightless, seeing the sky and the ground spinning and spinning. Sometimes,
hey, thank you for the 2 months.
I can't help but wonder what Caesar thought in those final moments. Did he regret taking Gemma and Lorenzo on? Or did he believe that it was his own slip-up right until the end?
You know, Paimon's been wanting to ask you about something ever since we were in Caesar's workshop. You learned magic from Caesar once, didn't you? When was that?
After I joined the House of the Hearth. To be honest, Lynette and I had an agenda when we approached him.
Learn trickery so then you can steal the order trees?
I told you about my past before, remember? As a young boy, I survived by secretly learning magic from street performers. I'd watch their tricks and try to figure out how they were done.
Classic
I
Fatui.
quickly realized that observation alone could only get me so far. I needed to learn how to improve my sleight of hand, hone my misdirection skills, and make niftier props. We were gifted enough that we'd made some progress by ourselves. But without proper guidance from a professional magician, we quickly plateaued.
So that's why you sought Caesar out?
Yes. We figured there was no harm in asking, but it took us by surprise that he was so willing to teach us. In all, we only spent 10 short days together, but he was very good to us. By contrast, we hid so many things from him. For instance, when he asked why I wanted to learn magic, I answered, it's my passion. But in truth, there was already a lot more to the story by then. After being taken in by an aristocrat for our magic talent, then betrayed soon after, this was no longer about me doing what I loved. What amazed me was how the lie escaped my lips even as I was hesitating over whether to tell him the truth.
Damn.
Trust is a beautiful thing. Sadly, I'd forgotten how to trust by then.
Fuck.
Linny.
That wasn't your fault.
Still worried about the way I feel? You really are a gentle soul, aren't you? But don't worry, I'm used to it now. From the mansions of the elite to the house of the hearth, lies and selfishness have followed me and Lynette everywhere we go. After Caesar went on tour, we became busy with our missions. The next we heard of him was that he'd fallen to his death, and was now declared to be the Phantom Weasel. That night, I remembered his smile. But as I lay there, I didn't know what to say to him. To keep secrets is to put up walls. The longer you keep them up, the less you let people in. Then, one day, you look around and realize your life is like an empty auditorium after a show, full of seats once occupied by all the people who left. But I guess that's the price we have to pay. You only realize how much someone really meant to you when you lose them completely. That's why I was so confident this would hurt Gemma. Because I felt it for myself.
Don't be sad. We're in your auditorium and we're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Until Natlan, then we can leave.
We've had to say our fair share of goodbyes during our journey too. But whatever happens, Paimon always believes in what tomorrow brings. Delicious food, fun toys, and the traveler by my side.
Well,
Paimon just needs
don't
to
get it
focus
twisted.
on things like this, and all the unhappy stuff goes right out the window. You know, traveler, doesn't that kind of make you Paimon's truth?
Hey, don't be codependent now.
It's the same for me and Lynette.
Hey, thank you for the
We are
raid.
the truest thing each other has in the world, and nothing can replace that. Life has taken plenty from us, like it did from Gemma. But at least it left us with each other. That's what gave us the strength to get through the darkest days. That's why the darkness never consumed me, and why it never will. Maybe we live in the shadows too, but we remember every precious ray of light that shines through. All right, time to lighten this conversation up a little. What did you think of the show tonight? Were you happy with it?
It kind of sucked.
It was amazing!
Dude, Paimon, chill.
We hadn't been so distracted with the Gemma situation. We spent most of our time in the Opera House just talking and pretty much missed the entire first half of the show. Linny, could you do just one more trick for us?
Whoa, that's a bit of a tall order, I'm afraid. The show's just finished, so my sleeves are decidedly card-free right now.
Aw, come on! Surely you can think of something. The Linny Paimon knows can do anything if he puts his mind to it.
Trash. He has to be prepared.
All right then. I'll give it a go, but only because it's you.
Damn.
Watch closely. I have a flower in my hand.
No, you don't.
You liar! There's nothing in your hand. We ain't going along with this.
Huh? My goodness, you're right. But I could have sworn I brought one here with me. Okay,
This
try
cheeky
this.
fuck.
Count down with me. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Now, have another look around. Maybe the flowers appeared
This
somewhere else.
fucking guy. He wants to kiss us so bad, chat.
Wow, there it is! Oh, this is a different flower from the last time, right? This one's called, oh yeah, a rainbow rose. But more importantly, Paimon has to know how the trick is done, please, Linny.
Well, if you want to learn magic, you'll have to start by addressing me as teacher.
Fine. Please, teacher, please.
He ain't gonna teach you shit.
Since you asked so nicely, I'll share one little tip with you. Namely, the student of magic cannot solely rely on others being prepared to reveal their secrets. You have to observe, think, and find the answers for yourself.
Is that it?
Ah, look at the time. We shouldn't linger here too long. Thanks again for coming to see my show. I bid you both good night. I look forward to seeing you again.
Yeah, I bet you do, especially after giving me such a nice flower.
See ya! Shall we head back now too? Oh, Paimon can't wait to read the Steambird tomorrow. Paimon bets Linny and Caesar will be plastered all over it. Let's head to the Steambird's offices tomorrow morning and see what we can find out.
Bet. Gemma dies. Delightful encounter. Could you imagine? Gemma found dead. Presumably, Linny's doing. There has been a murder. Dude, I don't got a lot of time left, chat. I don't got a lot of time left, chat. Is this the last thing? Because I gotta go.
Swan Fury. I'm very sorry, Charlotte, but my sister and I are quite busy today. I'm afraid we'll have to decline this interview.
Oh, please, Linny. I'll only take a moment of your time. Huh?
Sorry, Linny.
I spent all night writing my piece about the Phantom Weasel, and it was going to go to print this
Was?
morning. But just as dawn broke, I suddenly received news that Caesar's fiancée, Gemma, had contacted the guards and confessed to having been the real Phantom
Damn,
Weasel.
that lonely, huh?
That was quick.
Shut the fuck up, Paimon!
Too late, bro. That was quick, you say? It sounds like I've got some catching up to do.
Paimon is so bad, dude.
Whoops.
You're fired.
My instincts did not lead me astray. You do have something to hide.
Paimon is so dumb.
Gemma turning herself in must have something to do
Paimon
with
is like
Linny's
Ryuji
performance last night.
in Persona 5.
Maybe watching my high-altitude
Do you know where the
escape
Phantom
reminded
fades?
her of a better time with Caesar, and she could no longer ignore the voice of her conscience.
Huh. Okay, then. Wait, no, there must be more to it. If that's all it took for her to have a change of heart, how did it take her 10 whole years?
Charlotte's journalistic spirit is burning red. We're going to have to distract her somehow.
I remember now. You and Gemma were nowhere to be found after the show. What happened between you? Quickfire question. Where did you all go after the show?
Oh, we went to the cemetery and Linny did a private magic trick just for us. Actually, glad you mentioned it, because that reminds Paimon, guess what? Linny started using rainbow roses in his tricks.
What? I don't recall ever having received a rainbow rose from you myself. Is this supposed to mean that they're more important to you than your own sister?
No, I just...
What now? Oh, did Paimon say something wrong again?
Yeah, he's trying to have sex. Never mind.
This is getting pretty awkward. What do we do, Traveler?
We
Oh no,
do nothing. You shut up.
Never mind. There's always next time. Forgive my persistence, but when there's explosive news waiting to be found, I can't turn away. The news about Gemma has already made waves, and I'll stop at nothing to get to the bottom of it all. Apparently, one of the things she said to the guards was that her final wish is to see Lorenzo
Wow.
one last time. Ah, there's clearly a web of complicated relationships there. Can't blame me for being curious. All right, I guess I'll leave you to continue the rest of your conversation in peace. Bye for now.
Damn. Crazy. I'm glad Charlotte was involved, though.
Paimon didn't mean to.
Good show! Don't worry, I wasn't angry. I was just trying to distract her.
Oh, really? Oh, thank goodness.
Phew. You and me both, Paimon. You and me both. At least it did the job, right?
Please, take good care of that rainbow rose. I'd be really upset if you lost it.
Kiss from a rose. The forgotten thief. And thus, the quest is finito, complete. Now, all that's left is for me to explore Fontaine until the next update. Explore Fontaine, do some side quests here and there. But yeah. But that has been the stream. If any of you are wondering what characters I have all of them. Not all of them are built. I do want to try to get them all to 40. At least. And then I'm gonna I think I might bother my cousin to look for items. I think Dory might be the only one I don't build, if I'm gonna be honest. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it.